We got a full update. We're going to be talking about the economy, the situation that's going on here with real estate. Then we're going to get into cryptocurrency at the end of this. We'll wrap it up with some rapid fire Q&A. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Let's get straight into it. The only thing I want to plug real quick is my Rumble. Make sure you guys are subscribed over at Rumble. Okay, it's the same name, same deal over there. That's the only thing I'm going to say tonight. Head on over to the Rumble. We're going to be dropping Rumble exclusives, unfiltered, hitting you hard. All of the sauce, we're going to bring it in heavy and hot over on Rumble with exclusives over there where we can really get into it completely all the way into the truth, not holding back, not doing the TikTok dances. Let's get right into it tonight, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the Rumble when you get a chance. Okay, here we go. Bloomberg. China danger strikes fear into global investors stumbling on Fed. So the situation in China is looking shaky. The situation in the markets here looking shaky across the world. Okay, we're running into some serious issues. The global investors are fleeing to safety. It's a flight to safety. People are turning off the risk right now because it's looking a little shaky out there in the markets. China has their own issues. Top level memo leaves out earlier vows to support the economy. So earlier on, Xi and the regime there was saying that they were going to support the economy, lift it up a little bit more, kind of like the Federal Reserve, kind of like these central banks in these other countries as well. They're basically just pulling the plug, raising interest rates, and selling off the securities, selling off their holdings at our Federal Reserve. So they're just basically rug pulling the whole economy, letting this thing go at this point. The point that I was making to my Discord this weekend in our weekly call was that Russia and China don't care about pain in their own country if it means inflicting or bringing America and the West to its knees. So what's going on there with the lockdowns, right? They're doing their thing. I can't speak on it too much here. They don't care. Right? They don't care about the ramifications there as long as it's bringing us to our knees. And you're seeing the supply chain crisis, the energy crisis, the food crisis just getting started here in America and in the West. And this thing's going to be hot throughout the summer. The tensions are there. And then we roll into another dark winter coming up this next year. So I hope you guys are prepared. I hope you guys have a plan. Let's continue on. Let's get into it. Global money supply collapse in perspective. And so we got the quotations around the collapse because we got to put this into perspective. We got a long ways to go potentially. The global money supply collapse in perspective, year to date versus the 5 years. So if you look at this chart right here, this is the money supply and we rolled over. It reached $105 trillion. Global money supply, $105 trillion. It is now down below 100 trillion. Okay. But if we zoom out and we look at the 5-year chart, look at what happened. We went all the way from below 70 trillion all the way up over 100, right? And so we got a long ways to go to tighten, to fix the issues, or before we reset this whole thing, right? There's still a lot of pain to come. When we see this chart, when we zoom out and get perspective on where we're actually at, we still got a ways to go, okay? The numbers that came out this last month in the Q1 report was basically first quarter of this year was the start of a recession. We'll see where we end up, but we had a negative 1.4% GDP growth loss. That's the start of a recession. It only takes 2 quarters to technically be in a recession. So we could be well on our way, over halfway there to recession. Total U.S. consumer credit increased by $52.4 billion in March alone, after rising $37.7 billion in February. Non-revolving credit, which includes auto and student loans, rose $21 billion, while revolving credit, which is your credit cards, climbed $31.4 billion. This is a record amount. When we talk about new all-time highs, when we talk about movements on a chart, look at this thing just going to the moon. And that's people taking on more debt because they can't afford to take on, they can't afford to pay their bills. The inflation crisis is squeezing everyone right now. And this number reflects that the average American, the average household is getting squeezed right now. And because inflation is 16 to 17% at least, I think that we should just start rounding up to 20%. Let's just start saying that inflation's at 20% because that's really a much closer number compared to the 8.5% that they're telling us. It still makes sense to take out an interest rate, to take out a mortgage potentially because nominally you're still getting paid to borrow. If you're at a 5% interest rate and inflation's at 20%, you still got an arbitrage there that makes it make sense. If the deal provides cash flow, or if you need to make something happen here, it still makes sense. But what you're looking at here with the credit cards, right? People are loading up the credit cards because they can't afford to pay their bills, right? We're running on credit right now, and we've always been running on credit, but this is a new all-time high, $50 billion worth of consumer credit. That's not good debt. When Robert Kiyosaki taught us all about good debt, bad debt, your house is not an asset. This is what we're talking about in regards to bad debt, right? And the people are loading up right now, and they have to. Continuing on, Daniela DiMartino Booth. As detailed in tomorrow's Daily Feather, which I mostly wrote yesterday so I could chill with kids on Mother's Day, we're seeing a combination of credit card spending to subsidize essentials, inflation, and households having a hard time being weaned off their stimmy lifestyles. And I just like to call us fat and happy because it summarizes it perfectly. It gives that visualization. We've been fat and happy. We got all this stuff. We're leasing 2 cars. We got the big house, right? America's tapped out right now. The average person, and this is including everyone from bottom to top, really. Because what the rich are doing right now is they're taking on more debt because they can afford to. They get low interest rates. They buy assets to provide cash flow. They keep on taking on good debt. While the rest of the people are just getting squeezed out. They're having to take on credit card debt just to feed their families. That's the current situation right now. Bonds on course for biggest loss since 1920. We're just getting started. We have a long ways to go. Okay? Now, not many people want to hear that news, right? Not many people want to hear that it could get a lot worse. This is the biggest, worst losses in the bond market going back all the way to 1920. I shared with my Discord in my weekly call the productivity numbers down, right? So we're still not producing. We still have a labor shortage here in America as well, right? Stimmy lifestyles. Diesel is the workhorse of the global economy. It's used everywhere to keep trucks, tractors, freight trains, and factories moving. Its ubiquity means the increase in its price will exacerbate global inflationary pressures. We are up to, what are we at? Almost 600 cents per gallon. And you can see this chart. It's basically double where we were leading up during the 07-08 financial crisis. So this thing's getting shaky. I just paid $5.20 for diesel yesterday. Okay? So this is only going to exacerbate the food crisis, the supply chain crisis, diesel reaching all-time highs as well. Let's go into the real estate market. Let's take a look here what's happening in real estate. And I just like to go to these people that are on the ground, that are doing the deals, and they can report back on what they're seeing. They're in the trenches. This lady here, Nazma Ali, she's in the Toronto area. Many of the peak sales from February, early March haven't closed yet, and now fall onto peak stories of price decline online and in the media, and reflected in stats. I wonder if stories we heard of breached closings, cold feet, were only the beginning. So people starting to back out. Another thing that's starting to happen is that people's mortgage rates are now being adjusted off of what they originally had agreed to or been pre-approved on. Right? By the time their house gets finished out or built, they're having to pay 20 to 30% more. Continuing on, 0% down mortgages with 40-year amortizations. This was offered in Canada in 2006, and we're starting to see the return of the 40-year mortgage. And it just happens to be that this is all Canada. These are 3 Canadian articles. And once again, I'm not trying to beat up on my Canadian friends. I love you guys. But your high-flying markets, just like here in America, are getting smashed, right? Now, relatively speaking, if you zoom out, they're still way up, but we've been reporting these numbers are pretty brutal. What's coming out of these high-flying markets like Vancouver, down 34% year over year. And then if I show you this, for those who like mortgages, real estate stats, the 3 mortgage insurers in Canada, CMHC, Sagan, and Canada Guarantee, are down just a touch less than 40% on unit application volume for April. That's a year-over-year number. This stat should represent a number with no investor purchases. So this is going to include, a lot of first-time home buyers, a lot of people that are going to, need mortgage insurance. The applications for mortgage insurance are down 40%. And you guys are seeing the layoff numbers coming from these mortgage companies. The refinance space is dead right now, essentially, because no one can get a better rate. The rates have gone up. So right now, if you sell or if you try to refinance, you're not going to be able to get more house. You're going to be lucky to even find something similar, and your payment's going to be more, right? So the refi market is dead. And now I think that we're going to see a lot of people get cold feet, not want to make moves. First-time homebuyers like myself going to reconsider. So this is the market dynamics that we're seeing right now in the real estate, but we're going to be watching this one closely. I really highly encourage you guys to basically have a strategy for each asset class. As we talk about our cryptocurrencies, we're going to go into crypto right now. Have a strategy for real estate, have a strategy for your business, get your cash flow up, have your prepping made right now. You need to be prepped out. You need to have your metals. And the reason why we prep out, the reason why we have our metals is so that we can sleep at peace at night, knowing that we stand a chance. And then that allows us to go on the offensive in regards to our business, real estate, cryptocurrency, whatever else you're investing in. You got some survival stuff, you got your prepping, you got some food. I just planted my vegetable garden, got some vegetables going, got my precious metals. And that allows you to sleep peacefully at night. And then we go on the offensive in regards to our cryptocurrency in our businesses and our real estate. Let's get into the crypto update though. This is an op-ed from Senator, who is this? Let's look here at this article. This is from Tommy Tuberville from the great state of Alabama. This is an op-ed that he wrote for CNBC. Cryptocurrency should be allowed in individual retirement plans. That's why I'm introducing the Financial Freedom Act. How about that? So Tommy Tuberville getting something done for the American people potentially. I like to see this. And this is what we're waiting for. This is that I think where we're going to see that Cambridge explosion into the cryptocurrency space. The institutional money will absolutely pour. The retirement accounts are coming. All of the businesses that are running in this country are going to have a cryptocurrency strategy. Everyone's going to start using distributed ledger technologies. Everyone's going to have a plan for NFTs. It's going to be implemented across this whole thing, the whole internet of value. Once we have regulations, we are set to go. How long is it going to take our Congress to get their act together? We could be here a while. And that's the unfortunate part. But, for what it's worth, when we look at this situation, I don't do left-right games. I don't care about that. If you sold out America, I'm going to call you guilty, and I want to see you tried for your crimes against humanity. If you're working for the American people, God bless you. I don't care who you are, what you represent, what you believe in, or what you're doing. As long as you're getting something done in regards to this country and the overall world. So for me, Tommy Tuberville, okay, cool. Let's see this play out. Let's see where it goes. It does appear, I will say this, that the Republicans are making more of a move for freedom in regards to cryptocurrency, in regards to investing in this way. It looks like the left, for what it's worth, is trying to squeeze it more. You got Elizabeth Warren being one of the more outspoken ones, but then you also have some others from the right side. I hate the left, right. I hate the RD next to the names. I look at each person and what they're doing, and we got sellouts on both. And we're going to hold both sides accountable. Every single person, we're going to go merits by each individual case. And you either stand for the American people, freedom, and the principles that made this country great, or you're a sellout and we're going to vote you out. So your time is running out. All truth will be revealed, and we're going to be on your ass. Let's continue on. Hey, Rosie Rios, it's good to connect with old friends. Rosie at the White House, hanging out there with Joe and the party there at the White House. Okay. Love to see it. I just made a video. I asked, what's your cryptocurrency company doing? The cryptocurrency that I'm investing in, well, Rosie Rios joined the board of directors at that company. But the video that I just made, I said, my cryptocurrency company just leased out a whole building in San Francisco. What's your cryptocurrency company doing? Right? Our board of directors is at the White House meeting with old friends, right? So you just love to see it. Now, I wanted to share a couple things in regards to XRP and the development that's coming for this thing. How, do I need to explain it any further how XRP is the ledger that has separated itself from the rest of the space? How Ripple is the farthest along cryptocurrency company by far. The all-star cast is the best in the space. No competition. No one even comes close. The rest of these projects are, they're lucky if they have any utility or solving any problems. But I wanted to share a couple things here. This was a tweet from Stefan Thomas last year, April 30th. Now, he's talking about web monetization, okay? And he says, I'm excited where this could go in combination with the interledger paid hosting like Codius. Now, we talk about Codius here once in a while. We talk about Polysign, the two projects that are kind of behind the scenes. The, developers that created XRP are the same founders of Polysign. That would be Arthur Brito and David Schwartz. And then you have Stefan Thomas working on interledger protocol here. And he replies here to this tweet and he says, I believe the interledger is the prerequisite, but as interledger protocol becomes established, Codius will emerge as a far superior way to implement most smart contracts compared to ledger locked approaches like ETH1, ETH2, and XRP ledger hooks. So remember, XRP ledger hooks is our version of smart contracts on the XRP ledger, not a very not the best way to do it, but they do work. We do have smart contracts really already on the XRP ledger. Codius is coming, he says, so we'll try to be ready. And this is going to be massive, guys. This is the secret sauce right here. And if you think about operating better than interledger protocol, which Stefan Thomas told us that it could do 1.7 trillion transactions per second. What's your crypto doing? Right, interledger protocol that links this whole thing together, 1.7 trillion transactions per second. Over a trillion transactions per second is just ridiculous compared to any other distributed ledger technology out there right now, right? And then when you tie it in here with Codius, that's going to emerge as a far superior way to implement smart contracts. This is the secret sauce. And then you have the institutional grade custody at Polysign as well. That's going to be the most advanced institutional grade custody solution. The trifecta there. Ripple with XRP is the liquidity hub, right? Line of credit, a private ledger for the central banks, right? Codius, the most advanced smart contracts platform. Polysign, institutional grade custody. That's the trifecta. That's the end game right there for XRP and Ripple. Complete world domination of payments, derivatives, and smart contracts. All the money. That's where the all the money meme comes from. This tweet from Panos, Matt, delivering lessons on what a DEX really is. A truly decentralized and permissionless exchange that can't be shut down, doesn't have a centralized team that is responsible for everything, and anyone can create a user interface of it. Unlike Ethereum, unlike the rest of the space. The XRP Ledger DEX is one of very few true DEXs, any others. And so this is Matt Hamilton explaining, I think perhaps we have a different view of what a DEX really is. If it has a specific team that created it and is driving it, then I would say it is not actually decentralized. XRP is the first original DEX basically in the whole cryptocurrency space. Right? Many people forget that we have a whole DEX liquidity solution built into this thing. So right there, when I'm talking about the trifecta, you have the liquidity in the decentralized exchange over there with the liquidity hub and built into the XRP ledger with the interledger protocol. Then we move to smart contracts, which will open up the whole derivatives market on a massive, massive way. And then we have institutional grade custody with Polysign. It's game over. Continuing on, this is Charles Gasparino, as I reported on Fox Business. If the GOP takes Congress, Gary Gensler will be spending a lot of time in hearings explaining himself and his agenda. Now, at least it looks like some of these folks are trying to hold someone accountable. Republican leaders Patrick McHenry and Representative Huizenga call on Chairwoman Waters, which, why in the hell is Maxine Waters running this committee, the Financial Services Committee? Maxine Waters. What an absolute abomination, embarrassment for this whole country. But I digress. Republican leaders calling on Maxine Waters to immediately convene a hearing with all SEC governor commissioners. The American people deserve to hear from the full commission about Gary Gensler's overreach and agenda. And I think absolutely bring these folks in front of Congress and let's get the full story. Now, we've been hearing Hester Pierce speak out. We've been hearing a couple others speak out, but we need to bring these people in. We need to hold some people accountable. Absolutely. Absolutely. In front of the American people. Put these people, these agencies, these commissioners, these governors, these people who think they're important, like Gary Gensler, which, you know, Gary Gensler knows distributed ledger technology. He knows what he's doing. You know, let's create a level playing field. Your boys at Goldman Sachs will still win, but let's do this, man. Let's get something done for the American people. Let's get something done for innovation worldwide in the cryptocurrency space. Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto, seems to agree with that sentiment coming from Charles Gasparino. He says, with this recession stock market collapse, there is virtually no way Democrats hold House and Senate in the midterms. This will have a big impact on the SEC government, dirty Gary Gensler, and much more than the crypto landscape. Bottom will most likely be within 60 days of midterms. I think that that's an interesting estimate. Interesting. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that works. And I would love to hold some people accountable. I am all here for it. Gary Gensler, the whole gang, let's do it all. James Phelan, quick scheduling updates. Ripple defendants' response to SEC's brief claiming the Hinman documents are protected by the attorney-client privilege is due Friday, May 13th. The SEC's reply to the Ripple defendants' response is due May 18th. So we're going to see some action here, folks. Coming in around that full moon, that back-to-back eclipse. We're going to have that second eclipse coming in, full lunar eclipse coming in May 16th. So that week, we're going to get some action here. We're going to get some response in regards to these. Once again, they have tried to hide the Hinman emails, I think, about 6 times now. They've tried to basically hold these Hinman emails from getting exposed 6 times. So we're going to see some action this month in regards to the case. We'll see. Will we get a settlement? I don't care. I don't even try to mention settlement anymore, right? Because we've been here for so long, but we'll see how this goes. Gator Trader. Let's talk technical analysis. Let's talk where we are in these charts, in these price actions, what we're doing in regards to these cryptocurrencies, these investments. I have this and then the price charts. We'll pull up the price charts and then we'll get into rapid fire Q&A. Thank you for joining me. XRP, if this isn't textbook accumulation, I don't know what is. So Gator Trader is showing us these charts here for XRP. A little bit of accumulation happening down here. Now, I will say, if we break from these levels, we find our next major support really at about 40 cents, 40 to 42 cents. So if we do break below here, that 55 cent level, 57 cents, like we go down for a minute. And Bitcoin too, is going to have previous support at 33K. So this thing's teetering. We are right here on some major support lines. We've bounced, I think, 3 times off this level in the XRP price chart. But anything can happen at this point. And with the full moon coming in, full lunar eclipse, they're going to probably look to do some serious movement here in the next couple weeks. So I would expect some action continuing to the downside, and that might be the short-term bottom coming in. I want you guys to have your limit orders set. My next limit orders for XRP are going to be set at 51 cents. We're trading at 56 cents right now for XRP. Looks like Bitcoin's already down to 33K. Okay, see, I don't even check these coins anymore right now. More than once a day. 33K for Bitcoin has already been achieved. So we're right here at major levels. If Bitcoin breaks 33K, we are in trouble. 29K is easy. If we break 55 for XRP, 42 is easy. And we could see these movements happen quickly. I would expect them to come in over the next couple weeks if we do find a cycle bottom here soon. over the next couple weeks, this thing could get much lower. But you know, the prices are already good for me, so I bought some XRP a few days ago. I don't know what you guys should be doing, probably just dollar cost averaging, but you guys know what's happening with your bags, so you know what's happening with your cryptos. Let's get into your rapid fire Q&A. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Let's get right into it. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me. TikTok, if you could tap the screen, share the stream. Bitcoin is going down. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. 2000 Mules documentary. Yes, I need to watch it. Yep. Interesting things that came out from Trump over the last few days. Interesting things said at his rallies. We're watching that situation closely. Supreme Court getting boarded up, getting, you know, the whole fence situation around that. We're watching that closely. Interesting developments. How do we spend the ESDR? Well, I don't care what we're using. The same strategy applies for me. I'm building businesses. I'm going to build a real estate portfolio. I'm holding precious metals, and I stick 90% of my focus into my business. That's what I do. No matter what we're doing, no matter what currency, reset, revaluation, even after that, even if we do come into riches, if we make a little bit of generational wealth, the same strategy applies. We just do it at a bigger level, and we continue to go harder. 28,000 for Bitcoin. Yep, we'll ride the wave. We'll see where this thing goes. We can go a lot further down. 1031. Yep, 1031 exchange for your real estate. Yep. What's going on, guys? All facts, no cap. Thank you for tuning in. YouTube, what are we working with? H-bar bottom predictions. So general rule of thumb, I want to see a coin do 70% down from the all-time high from last year. That's a good buy for me. 70% down from the all-time high that it hit last year. State police took voting machines. Okay. Yeah, I think that we are going to see something happen. We're still waiting on the Supreme Court to rule, but it's a sensitive topic, so I'll be talking about in my Rumble exclusive. Make sure you guys go subscribe over at Rumble, please. Can you explain something in the long term? How does the adoption all over the world translate for us investors in profit? What value does XRP need to bridge wealth amongst nations? $6 trillion daily gets settled in just cross-border payments. We have a derivatives market that's over $1.4 quadrillion, not including the shadow derivatives, so it's even much larger than that. Total money supply is over $100 trillion. And then if you look at debt, debt is also a form of money as well. Liabilities for the United States are over $100 trillion. So we have $100 trillion, quadrillion dollars, multiple quadrillion dollars that needs to be moved, settles in smart contracts, in NFTs, settled on a distributed ledger technology in most cases. If it's a payment, if it's money like value, that needs a token. That actually needs a token for using the distributed ledger technology. There's many use cases for adoption of blockchain distributed ledger technology that doesn't even need a token per se. But when you're talking about liquidity, when you're talking about a $6 trillion settled daily cross borders, that needs a liquidity token like XRP, like XLM. XRP will be over 5 digits one day. Yeah, I do believe in 5-digit XRP, absolutely. No justice, no peace. Yeah, absolutely. All truth should be revealed. It will be revealed. Nothing can stop what is coming in regards to a major shakeup, once in a century shakeup, once in a lifetime, once in a generation shakeup. How about Casino Coin? Yeah, it's good. I own a little small bag of Casino Coin. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. Voting machines need to be crypto based. I would love to see if they just use biometrics ID and distributed ledger technology that can be verified by a whole election committee that has representatives from all sides, all parties, that is open source, that everyone can validate essentially. That would be the way to secure the elections, in my opinion. I know a lot of people think that we should go back to paper ballots. I think that we should go to biometric distributed ledger technology on quantum computers. Maybe quantum computers are a few years out. They'll probably wait to release quantum computers for a while here still, but they're already working on them. And I mean, it should definitely just be biometrics. So that way we know who's voting and you can see where your vote went, and then it can be verified by everyone. It should be really, actually very simple actually to do distributed ledger voting. Do you own Ripple shares too? No, I don't own any Ripple shares. Thanks for the explanation. I just have to try to wrap my mind around all of that information. Thanks again, Zach. God bless. Yeah. I just go to the simple numbers, right? $6 trillion daily volume, 1.4 quadrillion in derivatives. Do you think that we're going to have a rally before the election? I don't want to predict too far out. I think that it's going to be a rough ride, I think, before the election. Even if the Democrats try to do some things to save themselves, you can only really get executive orders done if Republicans really hold them out. If Republicans hold them out, then the Democrats won't be able to do anything. And that's just political BS. That's just how they play it, right? But that's what'll happen. And so nothing will really get done, and this whole thing's falling apart in a major way. So yeah, it's gonna be bumpy. Why are you brushing off flat Earth? Flat Earth, it changes everything. Yes, that's for Discord. I just, in general, I don't really spend time on flat Earth, round Earth, because it just doesn't pay the bills. So I don't know. I just, whatever. If you want to believe it's flat, if you want to believe it's round, I don't really care. Zach, 2024 is going to be a hectic year. I think we're in for a couple, guys. I think it's, I mean, if we're really in the start of an inflationary depression, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be like a 2-quarter recession. They're debating recession next year. We could already be halfway into a recession. Just like last crisis, 07, 08, they were debating whether or not we were in a recession, and it had already started, right? So it's already bad. And I think it gets a whole lot worse. Wait, the Earth is flat? I don't know. I'll let you guys figure it out. Jay says I'm a square Earth guy. There you go. Flat, square, dome, round, Elon, Starlink, Space Force, QFS, Secret Sauce. I got to pay bills, man. I got to cut checks. I got to make moves. If it plays out, it plays out. God willing, we win. Or we die fighting. I'm just here for the ride. Donut Earth, there you go. Donut Earth, whatever you want. There you go. Whatever floats your boat. Thoughts on a video that was posted in 2018 that said, once credit cards stop working, we have 3 days before they come for folks. Yeah, you know, what are you talking about that one documentary that never came out? What was that movie called? The Gray State, or I forget what it was called. It never did get released, right? We saw the trailer for it. I mean, I've heard it all. I'm prepared for it all. 3 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness, lights go out, hurricane comes to town, record droughts come to town, weather warfare, cyber attacks blamed on Russia, false flag of any sort. I'm prepared, right? I just get prepared, and then I don't really, worry about how it's going to play out. I know I'm ready either way it goes. You see the FIFA Algorand partnership? Yeah, that's good. What else are we working with, guys? Let's just go rapid fire. Is TikTok working with anything? Or are we just playing around over here on TikTok? Weather warfare is happening now. Absolutely. I hope you guys are prepared. I hope you guys have a plan. I just transplanted my vegetables today. I got all potted vegetables. Okay. Even with just potted vegetables, you can grow a lot of food. Yep. Why is XRP Veil so upset at you? I don't know. Haters hate. Haters gonna hate, right? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't really spend much time watching anyone else. I don't spend time worrying about them, hating. I don't even listen to them. I listen to a few people. I've already mentioned all the people that I listen to, and I always share love with the real ones, right? BC Backer for technical analysis, Waters Above Crypto for secret sauce. The two economists that I listen to most is Jim Rickards, Peter Schiff. I listen to everything they got to say. And then I also listen to people that have contradicting ideas about what's happening, right? I listen to people on both sides of it. When it comes to real estate, Ken McElroy. Who else for real estate? I'm trying to think. Yeah. So there's like a handful of people I listen to, and I stick to them. And then other than that, it's just Dan Pena 24/7 nonstop. I listen to the old man yelling at me all day long. Dude still on here being wrong. I mean, we've been right about everything besides the alt season actually playing out. Other than that, we've been right about everything. I'm going to load up the truck when XRP hits 23 cents. Yep. Don't wait for absolute bottoms. Don't try to get too greedy. Lots of new evidence revealed on Twitter regarding SEC corruption. Yes. Yeah, a lot's getting revealed right now. Elon is messing with us all right now. He's got all of the minds of the bots here tweaked. People don't even know what to think, what to do. Can you go over the executive order in California, please? I have not taken a look at it yet. I will get back to you. Lots of new evidence. Yeah, Dex, absolutely. A lot of good stuff coming. Robert Kiyosaki for real estate. Yes, I do like Robert. Yep. How do you figure out an exit strategy? You need to figure out an exit strategy for each asset class and each holding. So every time you make a position for each crypto, when you buy it, you should know what your exit strategy is. Did I see Elon's latest tweet? Yes. Yeah, I didn't want to share it because I don't like sharing that word. I don't like sharing that word on my stream. But yes, I did see Elon's most recent tweet. Been watching it closely. I saw, I think, wasn't he wearing New World Order on his suit at the Met Gala? So that was interesting. Just watching it play out, guys. Enjoying the show. A lot more to come. A lot more to come. XRP in serious trouble of a big drop. Yeah, basically all of the cryptos are at major support lines. Shemitah year. Yep. We knew that this one was coming. Back in September, we started talking about that Shemitah year. Do you really think this is going to drag on for a couple more years? Too many people are stretched so thin that they can't even borrow credit for necessities anymore. I make over 100,000 in California. Brandon, great question. Yes, I do think that this can stretch out for a while longer. I think that, yeah, I think that we're just getting started. When you just look at the data, when you just look at the metrics, when you look at total margin debt, when you look at total consumer debt, we got a ways to go. Yeah, and things move slowly, right? In regards to regulations passing in this country, our government moves slowly. They're bleeding us out. And I was talking about this in my weekly call with Discord, is how the average person, and I was actually saying this directly to my Discord members. I said, guys, are you going to be able to hold your cryptos if we go down another 50%? Because that's what you need to be ready for emotionally. Then you need to understand if you're going to be ready for that financially. If the rest of the markets are going down 50%, if the stock markets go down another 50%, if the interest rates go up even further, What situation are you going to be in? Is your business going to fold? Is your job going to be there? Is the company you work for going to be there? Are you going to be able to withstand seeing your portfolio drop another 50% emotionally? That's what we need to be going through. That's what we need to be preparing for right now. Brian, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you so much. As always, showing love. You are the man, Brian. I appreciate you so much. Important to always look ahead. Don't worry about the past, but learn from your mistakes. Absolutely. Great advice. Don't worry about, oh, I bought all of my bag. It's down 50%. Don't worry about that. I'm down on a lot of my bag besides XRP. Pretty much down on, well, the rest of it besides a couple things, maybe. No, the rest of it, yeah. I think XRP is my only bag that's in green still, but that's my biggest bag by far, 90%. Is the world ending? No, I think the world's transforming. The world's transforming. Our consciousness is growing. We're on the brink of some beautiful things, but we got some evil people that are in power that don't want to give up control to us. They don't want a level playing field. They don't want all truth to be revealed. They want to continue with the status quo. They want to run and continue to run our reality. They want to continue to control the minds of the masses. They want to wipe out some of the population because they view us as useless eaters. Do you need supercomputer to prepare for cyber attack? No. No. You need food, you need maybe some precious metals, and you need to be able to defend your family if we have a cyber attack. That's what you need to be worried about. Your cryptos will all be there. When the lights go back on, when we flip back on the system, it'll all be there on the blockchain. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry because you're not going to be using your cryptos when the lights go out. Don't worry about that at all. That's why you have precious metals. That's why you have your Second Amendment. That's why you have your essentials, your food, and maybe you got a little vegetable garden. Maybe you got a cow. Maybe you got a goat. My tomato plant that I just transplanted out there is going to give me a 10x. I paid $5 for it. It's going to give me $50 worth of tomatoes. Don't have to do anything. Maybe water it a little bit. That's a 10x, baby. Let's go. It sounds stupid. You guys want the 10x crypto. You guys want me to tell you that the pump's coming. I think they're here to kill us in every single way. Financially, health crisis, food crisis, water crisis, spiritual crisis. Kill us. Biometric ID is the next step to the mark of the beast. You guys are asleep. Yeah. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you're talking to me, talking to the people in the chat. I feel like a lot of people listening to me right now are tapped in, have really good strategies, have all the assets covered. Just tell them to buy HBAR at 10 cents. I mean, yeah, HBAR. I'm just waiting for someone to actually use the token, man. No one's actually using HBAR. Everyone's just on the governing council talking about how it's great technology. It's more advanced than blockchain. That's great, but who's actually using the token? Who's actually like buying the token? People are getting on the governing council, but I don't see Google adding HBAR to its portfolio. That's my problem. I want to see anyone on that governing council of HBAR adding HBAR tokens to their balance sheet and or using HBAR solutions, using, blockchain solutions with HBAR. Give HBAR time? Okay, yeah. I mean, the network itself still really isn't scaled up on a massive level for smart contracts. So yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Why just go back to why give them time when we already have solutions that work? Head of HBAR came out and said that HBAR was an 8-year project. I mean, do we have 8 years? I guess. I mean, I do think 10 years out when I acquire my cryptocurrencies, but when I look at the technology, I just say, if we have solutions right now, why would you wait for something to continue to be developed? That technology, that promise has to be really good. Thank you for the 589, TJ. I appreciate that super chat. Your opinion. How will the hyper efficiency of XRP recycling affect the price? What do you mean recycling? Okay, there's a small amount of XRP that's burned in each transaction. So yeah, you can use the same XRP over and over again if that's what you're talking about. But Swift sends 33 million messages every day. So every message, you're going to be burning XRP. Every time you use the Reaper token to vote on what project is going to be reaped, you burn a little XRP. So each time you use XRP to send a message to do any sort of transaction, you burn XRP. So yeah, you'll be able to use the same XRP over and over again, but we have transactions, smart contracts getting executed. We have 33 million messages sent on Swift alone daily. Each transaction, each message is going to burn XRP. So yes, it gets recycled, but we got a lot of messages, a lot of liquidity provide, a lot of settlement to occur on a daily basis, big volumes, and that means the XRP has to be at a big price because we do not have the supply. And then you have to look at how much XRP is actually available to settle Swift. It's not the 50 billion that's in escrow. That's locked in escrow. It's not 20, 30 billion because we know that me and you, Joe Blow, doofus morons, are holding on to our little XRP bags. We aren't going to relinquish our XRP bags until it gets to a higher price. And then it would be freed up. Then the institutions could buy it to use for settlement, to use for derivatives, to use for enterprise solutions. Until then, me and you are holding on to it. You're going to sell your bag at $5 and $10. I'm going to sell my bag at much higher prices. I'll sell a little portion at $10 maybe. And to each their own. Your strategy shouldn't be my strategy, but basically that summarizes how much XRP you actually have to use. You and me got it locked up in our devices, in our wallets. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of you. Are you the Mike Allen from Stereo? I don't know who that is. Escrow from Ripple's website about XRP. They state the XRP escrow total, but what's amazing is their statement. Quote, total includes pending business development agreements. Yeah. So each time $1 billion gets released each month to Ripple, they're returning 80% of it back to escrow, and they're keeping about 20%, and then they're giving that to their on-demand liquidity partners. That's using XRP for cross-border payments for enterprise solutions. So they're releasing about 200 million XRP each month out for liquidity, only going to XRP on-demand liquidity partners, not going to me and you. Not going to Uphold so that we can buy some XRP. Not going to Kucoin. Not going to any exchange. It's going to Bitso. It's going to Coin One. It's going to CoinPH, Philippines, Thailand, on-demand liquidity partners in 25 countries. 86% coverage of the total $6 trillion cross-border payments volume. Nearly 90% coverage of that network. We're on the brink of some amazing things happening. We have the solutions. I don't know. When I look at these, your opinion on Terra Luna, why are they buying Bitcoin to back their stablecoin? As far as the Terra Luna stablecoin, I don't know what they think they're doing by buying Bitcoin to back their stablecoin. That sounds like the worst idea ever. As far as Terra Luna, it had its moment last year. Just like 90% of the space. It had its moment last year. Going forward, I'm not looking to buy any Terra Luna. Hey brother, how does Flare help XRP if it has its own token? Because Flare unlocks value in each of these blockchains, because Flare is going to bring smart contracts and provide more liquidity for each of these blockchains. So it'll allow more people to build smart contracts to do DeFi for XRP, for XLM, for any other, for Dogecoin. That's how Flare is going to help each one of these blockchains. So that's why I'm super excited. Hopefully Coinbase will release my Songbird and my Flare tokens once they're, or my Spark tokens, I guess I should say, once they're released. So burning in a way will contribute to some degree to rise in value. Yes, because we'll have less supply. Yep. That supply will be burning. Yes, but the escrow has portions that seem to be allocated to agreement that are pending. Very interesting. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Brad just said that they have unannounced central bank partnerships, right? So, I mean, that's great to see. TikTok, what are you guys working with? What about Doge P? I don't care for anything Doge. Doge token that runs on Stellar, whatever that story is, I don't care. Jed's still selling his XRP. I haven't seen recently what Jed's doing with his XRP. He's running out of XRP though. Let's see if full webcam will work. Let me know if we're lagging at all. Let's see if we can get that full webcam to work. YouTube, thank you for tuning in. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me, I greatly appreciate all of you guys. If you guys want any of the XRP merch, it's all there. But the one thing I do want to say is please go subscribe on my Rumble. Tomorrow, I'm going to record my Rumble exclusive when I get home. That's going to be tomorrow evening's episode. Is going to be my Rumble exclusive. So be ready for that. Not sure if I'll go live or if I'll just post it to Rumble. But either way, Rumble exclusives coming tomorrow, unfiltered, uncensored, full truth, smacking up snowflakes. We're just going to cover it all unfiltered. It's going to be fun. We'll see you guys over there tomorrow. People that really didn't do their homework on Quant need to. Quant's cool. Is Lobster legit? Yes. Are 99% of the tokens on Lobster? No. I'm seeing a lot of shady stuff coming out about Lobster, about situations going on Lobster, and I'll leave it at that. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs down being reported back to me. ADA thoughts? It's just moving too slow, and yeah, they're not part of the club. Charles Hoskinson isn't part of the club, so I'm not going to be buying ADA. I think I already missed the boat on ADA. As far as a big move, I mean, I think that it could still maybe do something eventually. I like Charles. He's doing good stuff, but they're moving too slow for me. Keeping cryptos on exchanges is not a good idea. Well, for some people who are just getting started, just worry about stacking your bags, cold storage solutions, moving it to different wallets. That'll come. You'll learn with time. If you're having to ask that question, I mean, just don't rush yourself. But yes, get your cryptos off exchanges. Yes. You want to custody your cryptos. Is Exodus a good wallet? I don't use it, but I've heard it's all right. Thoughts on Bitcoin being wrapped to run the XRP ledger once all of the Bitcoin has been mined? Yeah, Bitcoin's already on the XRP ledger. It works much better on the XRP ledger. Pyramid scheme tokens are going to disappear. Yes, Stellar just said that they're about to upgrade to Protocol 19, which I think will help in regards to getting the scams off of Stellar. Yeah, so that'll be good. Yep. Not exchanges are safe. Yeah, I mean, I think that exchanges are pretty safe now. Decent. Yeah. Yeah. They're never 100% safe, but yeah. Yeah. Robinhood is not. Yeah, well, you can pull your cryptos off of Robinhood now, I believe. But yeah, I still wouldn't be buying on Robinhood. I mean, it's very simple for me. I use Coinbase, Uphold, Kucoin. Stick to those. There's nothing else I need to use. I use the Zum wallet to access the XRP ledger. I use the Lobster wallet to access the XLM ecosystem, but I haven't done anything more than just open up a Lobster wallet account and move a little bit of XLM over there. That's all I've done. I have not traded any of my XLM for any of these tokens. You still doing an interview with the QFS people? We'll see what they want to do. We'll see how it's going. We'll see if they want to pull up. You guys know me. I'm always down for a conversation about the truth. Flare tokens? No, I'm talking about Spark, sorry. The Flare network will have Spark tokens. Is Quant an okay long-term hold? Depends when you got in, right? I mean, at this point, we're just riding the wave if you're already in on it, but the opportunity to sell Quant was when it went to $400, $300, $200. Now it's back at $100. So, I don't know. Just depends on when you got in. When's Tether going to get taken down? They're in 3 lawsuits right now. We're on the brink of regulations coming. The United States Congress is already well of Tether. They hate Tether. They don't like what's going on with Tether. They don't like what's going on with stablecoins that aren't backed one-to-one by US dollars, and actually doing proper audits and actually backing them 100%. That's why USDC is no longer holding anything besides, like, they're backing it one-to-one with cash. The USDC coin, they're doing things the proper way at Circle. They're part of the gang. They're part of the club. Can you move XLM from Uphold to Lobster? Yes. Kucoin is decent as well? Yes. Thoughts on ETH? Is it going away or going to fly? I definitely don't think it's going to fly. We could see, though, if we do get that alt season pump, Ethereum could go back to all-time high, but that's a hope and a prayer at this point. As far as flying, I don't really see that playing out. Nice to see Bitcoin maxis nervous. Us XRP underdog future billionaires are used to low prices. Yeah. Yeah. Algo or XDC, who's better in the long run? I like both equally. And probably XDC a little bit more maybe, but I don't hold any algo right now. Uphold won't let you move your XLM. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget. Yeah. Yeah. You guys ask me all these questions about all these exchanges and wallets. I don't know, guys. My strategy is so simple. I have 3 exchanges. I buy 5 cryptos. I don't mess around with anything else. I got bank accounts linked. I got debit card. I got it all linked up. It's all easy, and I got options. So I recommend you do the same. Have options. Uphold, Kucoin, Coinbase, Bitrue. I mean, whatever works for you. Wallets, whatever works for you. Same thing. Any thoughts on XDC price long term? Much, much higher than where it's at now. Much higher. I think it's a great buy now. I wish I would have gone in at 2 or 3 cents, but what did I just buy at? 6 or 7 cents. So I'm down right now on my XDC. That's fine. I think, you know, it'll do really, really well. What do you think of LCX token? Probably not. Metis DAO? Probably not, just based off the name. All of the DAOs are, I don't know. If you got time to play, you got time to play, and I just don't look at anything named Metis DAO. I don't look at any of the DAOs right now. Nothing serious is happening, in my opinion. People are trying to scrape up returns on different DAOs, different DeFi ecosystems. If you're doing that, take your money and run, is my opinion. Is my, not financial advice, but what I would be doing if I had time to play in DeFi, if I had time to play with DAOs, if I had time to chase, you know, all these ridiculous DeFi plays. If I had time to flip meme coins, if I had time to do the NFTs, that would be a different story, but I don't. So I just dollar cost average into the utility cryptos that I have 100% conviction in. Other than that, I just focus on my business. Bro, you need mods? We already got our mods, but they're probably asleep. I need some mods for the late night session on YouTube though. But yeah, we got them on TikTok. We got our team everywhere. But guys, in regards to WhatsApp comments, I cannot stop these people. TikTok, YouTube, I can't stop them. Nope. Doesn't matter if I report them, delete. I can't delete them fast enough. So if someone's stupid enough to really, I mean, golly. To me, that's just like the most obvious thing. But they are pretty deceptive. They do a decent job sometimes, but you should know coming into the crypto space that you are in the wild, wild west and that your money will get taken if you don't understand what you're doing. How will Tether destruction affect USDC and the rest of cryptocurrency? Well, just look at the market cap of Tether and just look at it flowing into other stablecoins like USDC and others. So it'll be really good for USDC and others. So I just answered your question there, Max. HBAR is not ISO compliant yet. Yeah, there's talks of them trying to do it. Thoughts on gold hitting 5K? I think that gold's set to break 10K eventually. 5K for sure, but yeah, I think 5-digit gold's coming in for sure eventually. Will XRP be an ESDR? If so, will it be pegged to gold price per ounce? There's a chance that it plays out like that. I think the XRP is going to be set up as the world bridge currency. It could be held as one of the basket currencies of the SDR. The SDR they don't make of one currency. So it could be like the ESDR, and then you could have them holding a basket of other central bank digital currencies like they do now. They hold the US dollar, they hold the yen, they hold the euro, they hold the Chinese renminbi, and then what else do they hold? The pound. And so we could see them add XRP to that basket of currencies. So XRP could be the ESDR. And then we could also see them add gold as well. Zach, go invest in a bust down gold chain. You will never see me with a bust down gold chain. Can you talk about the risks of keeping your crypto on exchanges? It could get hacked, could get lost. The exchange could go bust. If it's an ESDR, the IMF is going to use it and it will get pegged to gold or a basket of assets. They will set the price of SDRs. Everyone needs to reset their currency and restructure their debt, essentially. That's the situation for each country. That's the situation for the IMF as they hold these currencies. And you also have the Bank of International Settlements and all of the banks upgrading to the new Basel III compliance. So they're going to have an incentive to hold their precious metals as well. So yeah, either way it looks, we've positioned ourselves accordingly. How much are the t-shirts? I don't think they're that much, guys. What are they like? They're like 17, 20 bucks. The shirts aren't very much. Who's staying up tonight? I'm on my 5th cup of coffee. There you go. I just had my cup of coffee before I got on live here. What did XRP Lion say to you? I don't know. We're still waiting for him to come on the show though. With inflation, the t-shirts are 35. What's up, David? How are you doing? Just got a shirt for $22. Awesome. What time is it where you're at? 9 p.m. on the West Coast. 9 p.m. on the West Coast, guys. Late night session. Let's do just a little bit more rapid fire Q&A here before we roll. Where do I see XDC going to? Much higher than here. I mean, we'll definitely eventually break $1, $10. Yeah, if you look at how many tokens there are, you look at how big of a market they're going after. If they just get a percentage of that market, XDC does really well. Really well. I'm about to sell all my Dogecoin for XRP. There you go. Yes, I've seen what XRP Lion has to say about XRP. Yes. Yep. If there's a Tether black swan, there will probably be a crypto crash. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. We've been worrying about this moment because Tether does 60% of the trading volume liquidity for the whole cryptocurrency space. 60% is done with Tether trading pairs. So whatever poop coin you're trading it up with Tether, most likely. Zach, how can we sell shovels in today's time? Well, that'd be exchange tokens. I don't do any of the exchange tokens myself. They only do well during bull markets, which we're not in one right now. So I don't do exchange tokens really regardless, but they're just not doing well, especially during bear markets right now. What do you think of the Kendra Hill theory about XRP and XLM? I believe in it. XRP meant for derivatives, XLM meant to be the one world currency, cross-border payments. A lot of central bank digital currencies built on XLM. I get that. That makes sense to me. XRP ready to handle derivatives using Codius. Yeah. Institutional grade custody with PolySign, the trifecta, the end game. The end game plan. Why do you think the market is dropping drastically right now? Because the stock market is going down, the bond market is going down, the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, popping the debt bubble. The Federal Reserve is telling us that they're going to sell off all of the assets that they have been holding to keep this market propped up, like the bonds, like the mortgage-backed securities. So this is the end of the party. The punch bowl is not getting filled up again. You're going to feel the squeeze. We are in the start of an inflationary depression. This is a debt crisis, a liquidity crisis. We are halfway through a recession potentially. I believe that when it is all said and done, we will have entered into a recession in the first quarter, in the second quarter. The first half of 2022 will have been a recession. Once we get the numbers, once we get the data, I believe one of my predictions for Q2 was inflation breaking 10% in America. Now that is the phony BS CPI data that comes from our government. We're at 8.5% right now. I think we'll break 10% on what they report. Real inflation is at 16 to 17%. I think we need to round up and just say that inflation is at 20%. You're going to get killed when you go to buy food. You're going to get killed when you go to buy groceries, gas. You can't even get good food. You can't get good water. And they're killing us financially with all of our assets dropping 50% plus, stalling out precious metals as they wait to reset this thing, and basically popping the debt cycle, debt bubble that kept the real estate markets propped up, that kept the businesses propped up. This show is over. The party's coming to an end, and it's going to be not a soft-ish landing like Jerome Powell's telling us. That's your summary conclusion right there. I'm going to tell my boy James to clip that one up for me. 1 hour, 8 minutes. Go back and clip that up for me. That's your summary conclusion if you're joining me late. If you want to rewatch this live show, just head on over to my YouTube, head on over to zachrector.com. But also make sure tomorrow, Rumble exclusive is going to be dropping, okay? Rumble exclusive, unfiltered, uncensored, full truth. We're going to be talking about the election. What else are we going to get into? I got to put that show together for you guys, but it's going to be a fun one. Rumble exclusive dropping tomorrow, Monday night. What final piece of information made you a believer in XRP? I don't know if it was one piece so much as it was like, where are we at? I started buying XRP in 2018, 2019, 2020 is where I went all in. So basically the research started in 2019. My eyes opened And so that brings us into about 3 years of research on XRP. And so it's not one thing in particular, it's just nonstop good stuff coming out for XRP development, XRP ecosystem, Ripple company, Ripple partnerships, Ripple board of directors. It's nonstop. It's not just one thing, right? I mean, I talk every day about all the great things that are happening, and they continue to happen right now. Right now, good stuff's happening about every week. You know, like we're getting a good major announcement. It's kind of cooled off because the lawsuits, you know, kind of been in limbo here, but we're going to get some news coming up in regards to the lawsuit this week and over the next couple weeks. So that's going to be super good. My boy James is here, helping 60 seconds. Make sure everyone goes and subscribes to Helping 60 Seconds there in the chat. You guys can see him. Go subscribe to my boy James. He helps me with post-production, editing, and he's also doing tutorials on his YouTube channel there, Helping 60 Seconds. Go subscribe to him. Good guy, putting together simple tutorials for using wallets, exchanges, how to do stuff. I don't take the time to make the tutorials, but my boy James wraps them up 60 seconds. 60 seconds and your popcorn. Shout out to, who is that guy? Script Keeper on TikTok. That dude's been banned like 50 times, I swear. He got mad at me when I talked about XRP on his live stream. I asked what he thought about XRP and he said he didn't like it. But anyways, I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in tonight. It's been another good live session. We did another hour with you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the Rumble. If you want to join Discord, ZachRector.com, merch, it's all over there. You guys know the deal. We will see you guys tomorrow, Rumble exclusive. We got a lot to talk about. Watch the water, election. What's going on with the Supreme Court? What's going on with Sleepy Creepy? What's going on with the criminal campaign conspiracy being unraveled all the way to the tippy top? Maybe we'll do a little secret sauce decode too. Tie in some gematria. Little secret sauce. Connect some numbers. Have a little fun. It's going to be a good time over there on Rumble. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. God bless. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Sending much love to you, your family, and God bless you all. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you.